Welcome to the webinar. Please stand by. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Confirm to me, all of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Please check it, guys. All of you get my voice on screen. Guys, please confirm to me, all of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Is my voice is clear to all of you guys? All right. Right. Good evening, guys. And please check it what we completed in the last session. In the last session, I think overall we have started differences between Java and other programming languages. We understand that. In the differences between Java and others, what exactly the differences we understood up to now? Overall, three differences we completed. What are the three differences here we completed there? Tell me, guys, what is this first one here now? C and C++ are what? Static programming languages, but Java is what? A dynamic programming language. Reasons already we understood, that we can go for it. Next one, what is the second difference here? Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Leave it. Next one, after that, third difference we started in the last session. What are the third difference here? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what their platform independent programming language. This is the main topic that we understood in the last class. Am I right or not? Right, so now try to understand it. Before understanding the content, before understanding this particular topic, first we have to understand when a programming language is platform dependent programming language and when a programming language is platform independent programming language. This is a question now. If any programming language allows its applications to perform both the compilation and execution on the same operating system, not on different operating systems, then that programming language is what their platform dependent programming language. Examples for platform dependent programming languages are what? C and C++. If we compile any C program on Windows operating system, it will generate Windows represented .exe file. The .exe file contains a directly executable code and it is as per the Windows representations. Good. This Windows generated .exe file will be executed under Windows represented Windows under Windows operating system only. It means that Windows represented .exe file will be executed under Windows operating system only. Means that for compilation, for execution, we must provide the same operating system. Then only we are able to execute our C programming language. Due to this reason, we can conclude that C and C++ are what they know, platform dependent programming languages. Next one after that, Java is a platform independent programming language. Before understanding Java, whether it is a platform independent or dependent, no. First of all, when a programming language is platform dependent, independent programming language. When a programming language is platform independent programming language. If any programming language allows its applications to perform compilation on one operating system and execution is on another operating system. Compilation and execution both are on two different operating systems, then that programming language is called as platform independent programming language. Right, sir. Example is what there? Java. Java is the best example for it. Understand this point clearly. Next one is, if we compile Java application or Windows operating system, then the compiler will generate a dot class file. What is a dot class file? Contains actually byte code. It is not a directly executable code. It is an intermediate code and it does not have any operating system representations. If you want to execute bytecode on any of the operating systems, then that neutral bytecode must be converted to the respective operating system, right, sir, representations. All right, sir. In the above context, Sun Microsystems has provided the required converters in order to execute Java applications in multiple operating systems, that is to make Java as a platform independent programming language. In the above context, Sun Microsystems has provided all the converters along with the execution process in a single component in Java software. That component is what there? JVM. What is this JVM actually? Java Virtual Machine. Java is a platform independent programming language because of JVMs only. But JVM is what there? Platform dependent. Note I have given there. Not only JVM, the complete Java software is what they know? Platform dependent. Then immediately I have given one diagram here. Understand this diagram here? First we prepared Java program that we compiled on Windows operating system. Dot class file here we are getting. What is the nature of the dot class file now? Dot class file contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code and it is not following any operating system representations, including what? Windows. Alright, sir. Now this is neutral bytecode. If you want to execute this neutral bytecode on Linux operating system, it must be converted to Linux representations. If you want to execute this neutral bytecode on Unix operating system, it must be converted to Unix representations. If you want to execute this dot class on Mac now, it must be converted to Mac representations now. Still, if you want to execute the same bytecode on Windows, we have used Windows for compilation. The same Windows, even if you use for execution now, still we need to convert that neutral bytecode into Windows representations. For conversion purpose, Sun Microsystems has given a separate converter for each and every operating system. Sun Microsystems has given a separate converter. That converter is provided along with execution process in a single component. That component is what there? JVM. Understand my point here now? So if you give dot class files to the JVM, JVM will take the responsibility of converting into native code and executing that native code. Finally, we are getting some outputs directly. Observe carefully. Right, sir. Now here, this is the scenario here we can understand. Here, for Linux, this is one JVM. For Unix, this is another JVM. For Mac, another JVM. For Windows, another JVM. Finally, how many times we compiled our program there? Only one time. But how many times we execute our program? 4 times. On a different operating systems, we execute our program 4 times. In all 4 times, how many JVMs here we have used there? Is that 1 JVM or 4 JVMs? No. 4 JVMs we have used here. Why? Because Java is a platform independent programming language, no doubt for that. But JVM is what there? Platform dependent. Not only JVM, the total Java software is what there? No, platform dependent. Got it or not? Up to this part we completed, guys. Am I right or not? Up to this part here we understood that. Listen. If any of your new members today, don't worry. This is yesterday. I completed this batch. You are able to get some videos to you regarding the previous classes also. Otherwise, I will take some backup classes also for you. If any of you are missing any topic there, don't worry. Then within few days of time, I'll announce that backup classes for you so that you can attend for backup classes also. Don't worry for it. Okay. But let me complete this question also. After that, I'm going to start a new topic. There we are able to understand the content. If any of your new members get, don't worry for it. Let me complete this interview question. This question is on the base of the yesterday's topic only. If I complete that, then I will start one new topic. From that point onwards, we are able to understand the content clearly. Clear? All of you are clear? All right, sir. Now, let's understand this point now. What are the differences between .exe file and a .class file? Very first difference, guys. Very first difference, understand this. Very first difference, get. .exe file contains directly executable code. Am I right? .exe file contains what there? Directly executable code. .class file contains what they know? Bytecode. It is not directly executable code. But what is this actually? It is an intermediate code. This is the first difference here I am providing there. Try to understand it now. But before that, one more point here I want to say as the first one here. Observe carefully the first one here, what I am telling to you. .exe files are available or existed in C and C++. But whereas .class files are existed in Java. .class files are exclusively in what they know? Java. Understand it clearly. Next one is after that, what is the next point here I'm telling there? The second point, no. .exe files contains directly executable code. .class files contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. That's okay, fine. This is completed. Next one is after that, third point here I'm telling to you now. Understand this third point here. .exe file is a platform dependent file. .exe file is what they know? Platform dependent file. Yeah, it contains operating system specific code only. .exe file contains what there? Operating system specific code only. Whereas .class file contains otherwise .class file is a platform independent. That means instead of saying this independent, no, platform neutral to every operating system. It is not dependent on any of the operating system. Here it is sufficient. Platform independent file. .class file is what their platform independent file. Right, guys? Observe carefully. Then what is the fourth point here? This fourth point is in general point only, but try to understand it here. .exe files are providing lesser security. .exe files are providing what they know? Lesser security. Whereas .class files are providing more security. .class files are providing what they know? More security. Guys, all of you understand this point or not? Now, try to recognize these points clearly, what I am telling you. Overall, these four differences here I am giving there. What are the four differences are given here about this particular one? You know, .exe files exist in C and C++, but .class files exist in what there? Java. .exe files contains directly executable code, whereas .class files contains bytecode. It is not directly executable code. It is an intermediate code. Next one, after that, .exe file is a platform dependent file, whereas .class file is what there? platform independent. .exe files are providing lesser security, whereas .class files are providing more security. Up to third point, we understood clearly. Already we have the reasons. Am I right or not? As we understood the yesterday's topic, no? Up to 3 points we understood clearly. The last point I'm telling to you once again, try to understand it now. If we compare C and Java, C is providing less security for the data, whereas Java is providing more security. C is a lesser secure programming language, whereas Java is what there more secured programming language. This is in general point as per the nature of the Java. So .exe file is used inside the C, .class file is used inside what there Java. With this particular point also we can understand C, that means .exe file is providing what there lesser security, .class file is providing what there no more security. This is one direction of saying this point here. Second direction also I'm telling to you, now try to understand this second direction, guys. All of you know. What is this second direction here? Observe carefully. In general, in outside, if you observe in outside, no, almost all the viruses related softwares, malwares, viruses related softwares are provided in the form of .exe files only. No virus related software is provided in the form of .class files. Yes, all of you are getting my point here. What I am telling to you, in general, possibilities are available to provide viruses related softwares in the form of what they know .exe files, but possibilities are available to provide, no possibilities are available to provide viruses related softwares in the form of what they know .class file. Even through this direction also, we can understand .exe file is providing less security, whereas .class file is providing what they know more security. Guys, all of you are following these points now? Right. So overall, how many differences we completed as of now? 4 differences we completed here, right? Now let's come for this fifth difference, guys. All of you know. Difference number 5. Fifth difference here now. What is that fifth difference here? Pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not existed in Java. Understand this clearly? Pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not existed in Java. This we can understand fifth point here. Okay, no problem here. Pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not existed in Java. Right, sir. Before understanding whether pointers are existed or not existed in C, C++, and Java, before understanding whether these pointers are existed or not existed in C, C++, and Java, before that, first of all, tell me what is a pointer? What exactly the meaning of pointer variable? What is the meaning of it? What is a pointer and what is the meaning of pointer? These points here we have to understand now. Right, all of you understand this clearly. Observe this clearly. Pointer is a variable. Pointer is a variable. It able to store address locations of the data. Address locations of the data structures. Understand my point here? Pointer is a variable. It able to store address locations of the data structures. Simply speaking, address locations of the data. Data structures will also be valid. Where data structures may be a variable, normal variable, maybe an array. Understand it, guys, what I'm telling you. Maybe an array, maybe a structure. In the case of C programming language, structures are available. Am I right or not? Maybe a structure or maybe another pointer variable. Another pointer variable is also be called as like what they know is also be called as what the data structure. its location is also be stored in another pointer variable. Come again, what is the definition I've given for this pointer variable? No, pointer is a variable. It is able to store address locations of the data structures. Address locations of the data structures. Where data structure may be a pointer, may be a variable, where data structure may be a variable. Answer my point here. Data structure may be a variable, maybe an array, maybe structure, or maybe another pointer variable. Got it or not? Right, sir. Now I will give an example. Try to understand this example, all of you know. I need to provide one simple diagram here. Now try to understand this diagram here. Listen carefully about this diagram here. For example, I have a code. What is my code here? Int I is equal to 10. Int I is equal to 10. Variable, I declared now. Observe carefully. Int I is equal to 10. Int star p. What is this p variable now? Come on, what is that p variable? Star p represents p is a pointer variable. Right? Next one is p is equal to ampersand a. What's the meaning of it now? Ampersand is what they know. Ampersand a in the sense address of a. That address of a we assign to which variable? P variable. Address of a we assign to which variable? P variable. Are you getting my point or not? Address of a we provide it to what variable? P variable. Right, sir. P is going to store address of a or not? P variable is representing address of a or not? Right, sir. Now this is the simple code how we are able to declare pointer variable. I'm giving there. But try to understand this point here. When we compile this code, I'm saying to you, when we compile this code, then what will happen? First, when a compiler encounters this instruction, immediately what will happen here now? First, compiler will provide I variable. For this I variable, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. For I variable, how much memory will be allocated here? No, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. Observe carefully. Here I variable is existed here. For this I variable, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. Understand my point here. Whenever 2 bytes of memory is allocated now, its address location is required or not? Its address location will be created or not? Say for example, 1010 is an address location for the variable I. When compiler encounter int I is equal to 10 now, for I variable, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. For the 2 bytes of memory, address location is what there? 1010 is the address location. Now, inside this memory, actual data 10, value 10 will be stored. 10 value will be stored. Guys, I'm asking this question to you. Now tell me, what is the name of the variable? Come on, what is the name of the variable? I is the name of the variable. Very good. Now tell me here itself. Now tell me, what is the data of the I variable? Value of the I variable is what there? 10 or 1010? 10. 10 is the data. 10 is what their value. Okay, fine. Next one is, what is the address of the I? 1010 is what there? No, address of I. This is going to be happen when a compiler encounter this particular instruction. Int I is equal to 10 here. No, observe carefully. Close it. Door close it. Right, sir. This is a point here we have to understand now. Next one is, after that, when compiler encounter this instruction, what is this instruction here now? Int star p. When a compiler encounter this int star p, observe carefully. P is a pointer variable. Compiler will understand this P is what then a pointer variable. So P is a pointer variable. It will have some memory allocation. It will have some memory. How much memory is required to store address locations? Up to that memory will be allocated for P variable. Yes, up to this all of you are getting clarity. When a compiler identifies int star P, then compiler can understand P is a pointer variable. For P, some memory will be allocated. How much memory will be allocated for P? No. How much memory is required to store address values? That memory will be allocated here. Nice. After that, understand this clearly. When compiler encounter this instruction, what is this instruction here? No, P is equal to ampersand A. First, ampersand A will be executed. That is what their address of A. When address of A is identified, what is address of A here? No, 1010. That 1010 will be assigned to the P variable or not? It means that 1010 value will be stored inside the P variable or not. Now here we are able to get what there? No, 1010 value. Physically, what it is representing, in the sense, P is representing in this particular way. P is representing what they know, this I variable. Physically, in this way, P variable is representing clearly. Now tell me, a variable, P is a variable storing address location of the data structure or not? Here the data structure may be a variable. Address location of the variable is stored by a variable or not? A variable is storing address location of the data or not? So that variable is called as what they know? Pointer variable. That variable is called as what there? Pointer variable. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Right, sir. Now, let me provide this point clearly. See, your understanding is very, very important here. If you are not understanding this, then we are unable to understand the actual content clearly. Observe carefully. You have to understand these points effectively. Right, so now this is the diagram here I provided. Now try to understand this. This is completed anyway. Okay, leave this one. After completion of this particular point here, another thing. All of you observe carefully. I have a question now. Why pointer variables are suitable in C and C++, and why pointer variables are not suitable in Java? This is a question, guys. Up to now, what we understood here, what is a pointer variable? What is a pointer variable? That's a point here I've given there. Got my point or not? What is a pointer variable? I given up to that point here. But now my question is, why pointer variables are suitable in C and C++, and why pointer variables are not suitable in Java? That's the question here. All right, sir. For this question, I'm giving some answers to you. Now try to understand these answers clearly. First, point number one. Everybody, understand my point here. Point number one. Listen carefully. Now tell me, guys, all of you now tell me, in C and C++, we are able to declare like this. Pointers we are able to declare in this way. When we compile this program, compiler is providing some memory for I variable, compiler is providing some memory for pointer variable. Am I right or not? Compiler is providing memory for the pointer variable or not? Come on, who is providing memory allocation for the pointer variable? Compiler or execution engine? Compiler. Compiler is providing memory allocation. When a compiler is providing memory allocation for a variable, in the sense that memory allocation is a static memory allocation or not? Come on, guys, that memory allocation is what they know? Static memory allocation or not? Answer my point here now. So means that compiler, that means pointer variables are required static memory allocation or not? Pointer variables required which memory allocation? No, static memory allocation. Am I right or not? Pointer variables required static memory allocation. Pointer variables required static memory allocation. But Java is a dynamic, or but Java is following what memory allocation? No, Java is following what memory allocation? No, dynamic memory allocation. So pointers are not suitable in Java programming language. Point number one I've given there. What is that point number one, sir? Now tell me. No, pointer variables required static memory allocation. But Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. When Java is following dynamic memory allocation, pointers are not suitable in the case of what they know, Java programming language. Clear to all of you? Right, sir. Next one. After completion of this, then what next one here? Second point, guys. All of you understand it? No. Already, this point already I given there, but again I'm giving in a different direction. Pointers are supported by static programming languages. Pointers are supported by what there? Static programming languages. But Java is a dynamic programming language. Pointers are supported by static programming language, but Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. This is normal point only. First point and second point are almost all same, but in a different direction I'm giving to you. Understand it clearly. Now the third point here, all of you understand it, no? Right, sir. I want to give one small situation to you. Try to put more concentration, then only we are able to understand. Otherwise, you are unable to understand this point. All of you ready for it? All of you ready for it? Right, sir. I think today one cricket match already you have seen, right? Yesterday I given some clue for it, right? I think you did not recognize my clue. Today, who won the match? No? New Zealand won the match, right? Okay, right. Listen, forget about that cricket match. Not required to think about cricket matches, no? Understand our today's match, no? The differences between Java and others. That is important, more important for us. Simple example I'm telling you, try to understand it. See, if you understand, that means if you put concentration, then only you can understand this point. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand. Clean observation is required. Clean observation, then only you're able to understand it. Got it? Step by step, I'm asking questions to you. Now try to answer for my questions. Step by step, I'm asking to you. Try to answer for my questions. Very simple now. Now tell me, all of you now tell me. Pointer variables are required. Which type of memory allocation? Static. Pointer variables required which memory allocation? Static memory allocation. Nice. Java is following what there? Dynamic memory allocation. Point number 1. Okay. All right, sir. Java is platform dependent programming language or platform independent programming language? Java is what there? Platform independent programming language. What's the meaning of platform independent programming language? What's the meaning of platform independent programming language? We can compile Java program on one operating system, that is on one machine, and we can execute the same Java program in other operating system, that is in other machine. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. This is the point here I'm telling you. Observe, here I'm giving you clarity. Next 5 minutes of time, assume pointers are available in Java. Assume pointers are exist in Java. Good. Listen carefully. I declared P1 pointer in my Java program. What is the name of the pointer variable? P1. P1 pointer I declared. Okay. I compiled this P1. I compiled my Java program which has a P1 pointer in one computer. In one computer, I compiled my Java program. As the basic nature of the pointer variable, static memory allocation, at the time of compilation of our program, P1 variable is referring one memory location or not? Let's say, for example, at a compilation of my Java program in one computer, P1 is referring 1010 memory location. What's the memory location referred by P1 pointer variable? 1010. At what time? Compilation time in one computer. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Okay. I thought of it. My compilation is successful. Then what I want to do there, as Java is a platform independent programming language, I want to run the same Java program in another computer in another operating system. Now tell me, at my compilation, what configurations are available? P1 is referring which memory allocation? 1010 memory allocation. As per the compilation system memory availability, P1 is referring to 1010 memory allocation. P1 variable stores 1010 memory allocation, that is in one computer where compilation was performed. I got one pen drive. I copied my .class file from this computer where we compiled our program. I went to some other computer where I had a Linux operating system. There I push my pen drive to that another computer where I copy my .class file to another computer. When I copy my .class file to the another computer, where when I'm executing my Java program, when JVM identifies pointer variable, now that pointer variable stores which address value 1010. That is in compilation mission actually. But now tell me, in the target mission, in the runtime, in another mission, when we execute our Java program, that P1 is also be referring the same 1010 location or not? But do you have any guarantee that 1010 location is available in the target mission? Do you have any guarantee that 1010 is a vacant for the sake of this P1 variable? Do you think about it that 1010 is available for P1 variable in a target mission? Do you have any guarantee for it? That's why I'm saying to you, keen observation is required. Then only you can understand this point. Again, I'm telling to you, try to understand it now. You're not understanding this point. That's why I'm repeating that. Please recognize this once again, Kerno. Actually, my required point I completed. But no glow in our faces now. It's very clear that we are not understanding. Come again, come again. I don't have any ego problem there. I can explain any number of times. Point is, you have to understand, I have to teach. The 2 points only I'm going to follow. Let's understand this now. I prepared a Java program. Clear? Right, sir. I prepared a Java program. Inside my Java program, what I have used there, P1 pointer I've used. Am I right or not? Java program, P1 pointer. Listen carefully. I compiled my Java program in one computer, computer 1. In that computer 1, when I compile the Java program, what is the basic nature of the pointer variable? Static memory allocation. At compilation time, memory must be allocated for P1 variable or not. Moreover, it must be initialized at compilation time or not. Pointer variable. At compilation time, pointer variable is storing 1010 address location. That is up to computer 1 where we compiled. But Java is a platform independent programming language or not? Java is a platform independent programming language in the sense that Java application can run in any of the operating system or not. So as per the platform independent programming language representations, no, as per the platform independent programming language nature, I copied the .class file from the mission where we compiled and I went to computer 2. In that computer, Linux operating system is available, not even Windows, but in the compilation I have done with Windows. Now in the another mission, I'm going to execute that with the Linux operating system. I went to the another computer. In that another computer, I paste the .class file, what I copied from first computer. Following or not? Now I'm at computer 2. Now here at computer 2, I'm trying to run the same Java program. Whenever I'm executing Java program, when JVM encounter P1 variable, pointer variable, that pointer variable, as per the compilation configuration, pointer P1 variable is referring which memory location? 1010. That 1010 memory location is from computer 1 or not? When we are executing this program in another mission, is there any guarantee that 1010 is available for this P1 variable? In another computer, not in the same computer where we compiled, in another computer, do you have any guarantee that 1010 is a vacant for this P1 variable? Maybe that 1010 may have some system softwares. 1010 memory location may be filled with some system software, but whenever we are performing star p is equal to star p plus 2 something else, no, then we are trying to corrupt our system softwares or not. The total operating system may be corrupted or not. Not only that, that P1 variable is always referring 1010 as per the compilation configurations now. But at runtime, in another mission, no guarantee 1010 is available for P1 variable. That 1010 may not be existed. 1010 may not be existed. Then we are able to get some problem or not. Because of that reason, pointer variables are not suitable for platform independent programming languages. Pointer variables are not suitable for what programming languages? No, platform independent programming languages. So pointer variables are suitable for what? They now tell me. Come on, pointer variables are suitable in what they know? platform dependent programming languages. If it is not suitable in platform independent in the sense, platform dependent. Pointer variables are suitable in platform dependent programming languages. Guys, observe carefully. Right, sir. But what about the Java here? Now tell me. Right, sir. But Java is what their Java is a platform independent programming language. Java is what their platform independent programming language. Java is a platform independent programming language. That's the point I'm telling to you. Okay, all of you are following these points clearly? Right, sir. Up to now, 3 points are given to you. The differences between a pointer and difference between why pointers are suitable in the case of C and C++, why pointers are not suitable in the case of Java. 3 differences are given there. What are the 3 differences here? First one is what there? Pointer variables required static memory allocation, but Java is following dynamic memory allocation. Pointers are supported by static programming languages, but Java is a dynamic programming language. Pointer variables are suitable in a platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what their platform independent programming language. Because of this reason also, it is not possible here, we can understand. Right, sir. Right, sir. Exactly with it. The same point here, what I explained here, you understood the same point. That's nice. Right, sir. Now let's come for this point here. Fourth point, guys. All of you understand this fourth point here. Listen, simple point only. I want to ask one question to all of you guys. Give answer, right answer I required. I don't require these fake answers. Genuine answer I required. Can I ask the question now? All of you ready to give answer for my question here? Right answer I required. But some faces I'm not having any trust on you. Can you give right answers now? First of all, I'm asking at a girl side. How many of you are able to cook the food? Cooking. How many of you know about cooking? Nobody. Nice. 1, 2, 3 members. Out of these many, okay, 3 or 4 members. Now let me check at boys side now. How many of you are able to cook, sir? Wow. Reversed. So this is a situation. I think in India now the things are interchanged, right? Sir, am I right or not? Really, one point I'm telling there. Previously, 10 to 15 or 20 years back, what happened there? Female people are inquired about the male people for the sake of marriages now. Now the situation is what there? Male side are inquiring about female members. Reversed. Everything is reversed. Now girls are not cooking, but boys are cooking now. That is not my actual question. My actual question is, now I'm asking my actual question. Now try to understand it. Listen carefully. I think you completed C programming language in your BTech first year or MCA first year, maybe in your academic career. Completed, right? In entire C programming language, what topic is very much a confusion for you? Which topic is very much a confusion for you? Now we are talking about pointers, that's why you are saying pointers, no? Not like that. Now, in general, pointers is the toughest part. Even I don't know about your situation, but my situation I'm telling there, I feel very much difficult with pointers. By the time I don't know anything about computers now. Up to intermediate Telugu medium, even I don't know anything about English. BTech first year, directly coming to the BTech first year, total environment is totally different. Everything is in English only. My sars are speaking completely in English. I don't know whether that English, good English or bad English, I don't know. But first of all, it is English. That is not known to me. Then always I'm thinking it is a good English only. Especially my C faculty is coming to the class now. How he is going to teach the content there? He don't like to write anything on board actually. He don't like to write something on board. He's not interested in writing anything on board. He's getting irritation by seeing the chalks and all. Then simply is coming to the class. What he's saying there, when he is giving the definition for pointer, no, he's saying that this is pointer variable. It is referring some address location where data is available. There inside this only data will be stored. So we are getting first time we are seeing that computer there. First time we are understanding programming language. This is pointer variable. This is address location. This is stored here. What is this? All these things on air? No. A total confusion. Then after some time duration, we have a lab for C programming language. We have a lab for C programming language there. C and data structures by the time. I went to the lab. My same C faculty is coming there. He has given a question for me, lab tutorial. That means lab exam. Stack operations question now. What I have to implement there? In the stack, we have to go for some pointers and all. Nothing is going to be understood. Finally, we have written some program there. I've written that, typed that program on the system. I compiled that program. Nearly 150 errors are coming. By the time I understood that, at least if I show the program without errors, they may satisfy. Then from that point onwards, I'm trying to remove the errors now. How I'm removing the errors here now? The simple logic I applied there. First of all, I identified at which line first error is available. At line number 20. I went there, I removed that line number 20, nearly 10 to 15 errors are gone. Like that, I'm removing all the statements there. And finally, what happened there? Only 1 or 2 statements are remaining in my program. Leave it. That BTech first year is a historic. We have to put a frame for it, right? Leave it anyway. That is not also the case actually. Anyway, definitely everybody will feel pointers is somewhat difficult when they are understanding first time C programming language. That is one side reason. Okay, fine. But actual reason I'm telling to you, try to understand it now. In a C programming language, there are 2 types of pointers. Single level pointers. Up to now what we have seen, one level pointer. Multi-level pointers are available. What's the meaning of these multi-level pointers? No, one pointer is referring another pointer. Another pointer is referring some other pointer. Some other point is referring actual data. 3 levels of pointers I explained now. P1 is referring P2 pointer. P2 pointer is referring P3 pointer. P3 pointer is referring P4 pointer, and so on and so on and so on. P10 pointer is referring actual data. This is going to be happen. If the pointers level is a 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, okay, we can trace it. Easily we can identify which pointer is storing which value, which pointer is referring actual data. That we can understand. If it is like what their normal 1 or 2 or 3 levels pointers. But if it is a 10th level pointer, 15th level pointer, is it possible for us to say to trace which point is storing which pointer? No, somewhat difficulty or not? There definitely some confusion will be generated or not? Answer my point here. So this is the reason why here what I am telling to you. Because of this reason why, what is the point I'm telling there? Pointers are a bit confusion oriented feature. Pointers are a bit confusion oriented feature. Pointers is a bit confusion oriented feature. Understand guys what I'm telling you now? Pointers is a bit confusion oriented feature, but Java is a simple programming language. Java is a simple programming language. It should not allow any confusion oriented feature. It should not allow any confusion oriented feature. Yes guys, all of you get my point here. The point number 5, I'm explaining clearly. Pointers is what they know. Pointers is a bit confusion oriented feature. But Java is what their simple programming language. It should not allow any confusion oriented feature. Yes, sir. Clear or not? All of you get my point or not? Now try to understand these 4 reasons I have given there. What is the first one? You know, pointer variables required static memory allocation, but Java is following dynamic memory allocation. Pointers are supported by static programming languages, but Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Pointer variables are suitable in platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what their platform independent programming language. Pointer is a bit confusion oriented feature, but Java is a simple programming language. It should not allow any confusion oriented feature. Because of these reasons, pointers are suitable in C and C++, but pointers are not suitable in Java. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? All right, sir. Now, if you give this type of information to that interviewer now, first interviewer will ask a question to you. Tell me what is pointer. Pointer is a variable. It able to refer some address locations of the data or data structure. Okay, clear. Definition is okay. Right. Pointers are possible in Java or not? Then we give the answer is what there. Pointers are possible in C and C++, but pointers are not possible in where there? Java. Then immediate interview will ask you why pointers are required in C and C++, pointers are not possible in Java. You might be given these many reasons here. Even if we give these many reasons, no, but still interviewer will ask one more question. Even if we give these many reasons, no, interviewer still will ask one more question. What that interview will ask that question here, I'll give that information to you. All of you guys observe carefully. What he able to give the information there, understand it now. Understand here. Right, sir. In Java, if you observe this Java, in Java, everything we are going to write in the form of classes only. Everything we are writing in the form of what they know, classes only. Inside the classes here, we are able to write some data. It's okay, fine. Everything, every programming is going to be provided with what their classes only. For the classes, we are able to create objects. For the classes, here we are able to create what they know, objects. Understand this clearly. How we are able to create object here? A small a is equal to new a. A small a is equal to new a. Object here we created. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. Now observe carefully. When we create an object in Java, when we execute this instruction in Java, what's going to be happen? In Java also, object in a sense a block of memory only, not any other one. Here a block of memory is created. That block of memory is referred by a variable. A block of memory is referred by a variable. As per the Java terminology, this variable is a reference variable. This variable is what they know, a reference variable as per the Java terminology. But concept is very same. In C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory. That's why this variable is a pointer variable. In Java, when we create an object for a particular class, there also a variable is referring a block of memory. So why don't we call this a variable as a pointer variable? Understood my question? Again, I'm repeating, now try to understand it now. Simple. In Java, we are able to write programming with what their classes. When we create an object, internally what happen? A block of memory will be created. This is an object. That object is referred by a variable or not? A variable is referring a block of memory. In C and C++ also, a variable is referring block of memory or not? So this is pointer variable in C and C++. In Java also, when we create an object, a variable is referring a block of memory or not? So why don't we call this variable as a pointer variable in Java? How can we say pointers are not available in Java? Concept is same or not? In C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory. That's why this variable is what you know, pointer variable. In Java also, what's going to be happening here? No, in Java, when we create an object for a particular class, a block of memory will be created. This is what they know, object memory only. That block of memory is referred by a variable. So why don't we call this variable as a pointer variable? How can we say pointers are not available in Java? This question, that interviewer will ask there to you. Yes, sir. All of you getting my question or not? Hurry, yaar, say yes or no. Can I go for answer for it? No. If you want to answer for this question, first we have to understand. In Java, in C and C++, the terminology is what their pointer. But in Java, the terminology is what they know, a reference variable. In Java, the terminology is what they know, a reference variable. So if you want to answer for this question, first we should know what exactly the difference between pointer variable and a reference variable. First, we have to understand what exactly the difference between pointer variable and a reference variable. Okay, that's why my another interview question is what here no. Here my interview question is what there. What is the difference between? What is the difference between, or what are the differences between? Observe carefully. What are the differences between pointer variable and reference variables? What are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? This is my question here. We have to understand. All right, sir. Understand all of you what I am telling you clearly. If you want to answer for this particular question, first we have to differentiate. First we have to understand the difference between pointer variable and reference variable. But pointer variable, we know something. In C and C++, what happened? But we don't know anything about reference variable. It means that first we have to understand how reference variable is created inside the Java. First we have to understand how reference variable is created inside the Java. Yes, sir. Can I go for that point here? No. All right, sir. The topic is very, very important. The topic is very, very important. In the next 20 minutes of time, the next 20 minutes of time, we have to understand the content clearly. Guys, just give a minute of time. Those who are attending in online, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice. Am I audible? Please respond for me, all of you guys. Right. Yes, no problem. Right, that's okay, fine. Yeah. Next topic is very, very important. Now try to put more concentration, all of you guys. Then my question is what the difference between pointer variable and reference variable. If you want to differentiate pointer variable and reference variable, first we have to understand how reference variables are created in Java. How reference variables are created in Java. We have to understand that point. To understand how reference variables are created in Java, first we have to understand how objects are created in Java. That point we have to understand. Then only we are able to differentiate pointer variable and a reference variable. Yes, sir. All of you ready or not? All right. Now let's understand this simple diagram here. Try to understand this diagram, guys. All of you know. Just a high level diagram only I'm providing to you. Now try to understand this now. For example, here I'm going to take what there class A. Class A, as usual, class A I'm taking, no? Inside this class A, I'm declaring something, some data I have declared here, some variables and methods I provided inside the Java. I will explain later on how to create classes and all. In object orientation, I will discuss about all these points now. But try to understand at present here what I'm trying to say now. Right, sir. This is my class A. Now all of you understand this clearly. I want to create an object for this class K. I want to create an object for this class A. So what we have used here, a small a is equal to new a constructor semicolon. A small a is equal to new a constructor. This is a point here we provided here. Got my point or not? All right, sir. Now try to understand one more point here. To create objects in Java, we are going to use one type of memory. To create objects in Java, we are going to use one type of memory in Java. That memory is a heap memory. That memory is what they know? Heap memory. Understand my point, guys? To create object is a memory block only. Creating object in the sense, creating a block of memory. So to create a block of memory, to create objects in Java, we are going to use one type of memory in Java. The type of memory is what they know? Heap memory. As all of you are getting clarity up to class I have taken, object creation statement I have written, then after that what I have taken there no memory block I have taken, heap memory. Okay, fine. To control this total heap memory, we are going to use internally we have a separate person inside the memory. To control this total heap memory, we are going to use one person internally. Understand, guys, what I'm telling you? To control this total heap memory, we are using one person internally. Who is this person actually? This person name is heap manager. To control this total heap memory, one manager is available. That manager is what they know? Heap manager. All right, sir. Now I'm asking one more question to all of you. Now try to answer for it. Guys, observe carefully. Who is executing this Java program actually? Who is executing Java program? Please give clarity for me. Who is executing the Java program? Come on, who is executing Java program? JVM. JVM is executing our Java program. Now this is what their JVM here. This is what here, no JVM. Okay, JVM is executing our Java program. So JVM is executing our Java program here. Try to understand it clearly. Right, sir. Java virtual machine. Now I'm going to start that internal flow. Try to understand this internal flow clearly. First, JVM will execute this particular intersection. What that intersections are? A small a is equal to new a. Especially new keyword is executed. Am I right or not? New keyword will be executed. Listen carefully. Then immediately JVM will send a request to the heap manager. What is that request here? No. Now, as per the program, I need to create an object. I need to create an object. This is a memory size. Say, for example, 10 bytes of memory. Object I required. This is a memory side. Please try to create an object with the 10 bytes of memory for the sake of my program. Like this, a request will be submitted to the heap manager. Now, along with this request, JVM is sending that memory size also. Say, for example, that memory size is what there, no? 10 bytes of memory. Now, what heap manager will do, no? Heap manager will go to the heap memory where it will check 10 bytes of memory as a single block is available or not. 10 bytes of memory as a single block is available or not inside this entire heap memory. Okay, if it is available, if 10 bytes of memory is available inside the heap memory, automatically 10 bytes of memory, 10 bytes of memory as a single block is created actually. 10 bytes of memory as a single block, it is created. This is what they know, an object. The 10 bytes of memory is nothing but what they know is an object. Observe carefully. Now I'm telling to you, this is exactly called as like what they know, object. The 10 bytes of memory is nothing but what they know, object that is created by heap manager. Up to this, all of you are getting clarity? Yes, sir. Up to this, all of you are getting clarity? All right, sir. When JVM execute this new keyword in object creation statement, it will identify memory size for the object. With that memory size, JVM will send a request to the heap manager. Then what heap manager is doing now? Heap manager receives that request. Heap manager identify the memory size which is provided by whom there no JVM, provided by JVM. Then after that, what next one here now? Immediately now heap manager will search for the memory available in the heap memory. When memory is available, whenever this memory is available, immediately heap manager will assign 10 bytes of memory as a single block for the JVM requirement. The 10 bytes of memory as a single block is called as like what there is called as what there is an object. The 10 bytes of memory is called as what there no is an object. Observe carefully. Now here heap manager has created 10 bytes of memory block as a single block. Right? Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity up to this point now? Right. Listen carefully. Now tell me, sir. In a heap memory, in this diagram, only one object we created. But in the entire application, how many objects are created in heap memory? How many objects are going to be created in heap memory? Is that only one object or more than one object? Number of objects, as per the requirement, you may create any number of objects inside the heap memory. But whenever these many objects are created, then we need some identity for each and every object or not. If multiple objects are available inside the heap memory, in the sense, definitely we must require some identity for each and every object or not. Come on, guys, we have to understand my point here. So for each and every object, some identity is required or not? Definitely some identity must be created. So in the same way, here also, in the case of this example also, when object is created, whenever object is created, some identity value will be created for this particular object. Say, for example, that identity is created in the form of what there? An integer value. An identity will be created for this object in the form of what there? No, an integer value. The integer value which was created an identity for the respective object is called as hash code of the object. That object identity in the form of integer is what there? No, hash code of the object. Hash code value is created by heap manager for each and every object as a unique identity. Hash code value is created by heap manager for each and every object as an integer identity. Am I right or not? That is called as what there? Hash code. Yes, sir. No response from your side. Understand up to now? Right, sir. Whenever hash code value is created, what heap manager will do there? Heap manager will get the hash code value. Heap manager will get that what it will get their hash code value, and heap manager will send that hash code value to the JVM. Heap manager will send the hash code value to what there no JVM. Right, sir. Now the response is what there from heap manager no hash code value 1 2 3 4 5. Say for example, this is what their hash code value that is submitted to the JVM. Got it or not? Now, what JVM is doing now, JVM is converting that hash code value into, JVM is converting the hash code value into its hexadecimal form. JVM is converting the hash code value into what they know, its hexadecimal form. Say for example, hash code value is what there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is provided to the JVM. Now JVM is converting the hash code into hexadecimal form. Say for example, AV56. This is what they know, hexadecimal form of the hash code. Hash code value is given to the JVM. Now JVM is converting the hash code value into its what there, hexadecimal form. Hexadecimal form of hash code. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as reference variable. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what they know, reference variable. What is reference variable? Sorry, reference value, not reference variable, reference value. What exactly the meaning of reference value, guys? Now tell me, what is the meaning of reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. That is called as what they know, reference value. Am I right or not? Hexadecimal form of hash code is called what there, reference value. Whenever reference value is created, then immediately JVM will send that reference value to a variable in Java. JVM will store that reference value in a variable in Java. That variable is called as reference variable. That variable is called as what they know, reference variable. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Let's understand all the points here one by one clearly. When a JVM executes new keyword, then what JVM is doing now? JVM is identifying memory size for the object. With that memory size, it will send a request to the heap manager. Now, what that heap manager is doing here now? Heap manager receives that request. It will search for the object. It will search for a block of memory inside the heap memory. When a block of memory is identified inside the heap memory, immediately heap manager will create a block of memory for the JVM requirement. The block of memory which is created by heap manager is called as what there, an object. At the time of creating a block of memory, heap manager will assign one unique identity for that object in the form of an integer value. That integer value is called as what there, hash code of the object. When a hash code value is generated by heap manager will send the hash code value to the JVM as a response. Now JVM will take the hash code value, JVM will convert the hash code value into its a hexadecimal form. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what there, reference value. That reference value will be assigned to a variable. That variable is called as what there now, a reference variable. Now tell me, hash code value is an integer or any address location? Hash code value is an integer value or any address location? Understand my point here? Again, I'm asking to you, hash code value is an integer value or any address location? Integer value, not address location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a random integer value. Hash code value is not address location. It is a random integer value. Okay. If hash code value is a random integer value, not address location, then reference is what there, hexadecimal form of the hash code. Hexadecimal form of the hash code is what there, is a numeric value or not? It's a numeric value. It is not address location. Now this hash reference value is stored in a variable. That variable is called as what, the reference variable. So reference variable is able to store only reference value of the object, but not address location. In this overall discussion, have I provided any address location of the object? Have I represented any address location of the object here in this overall scenario? No. Address location manipulations are not available in Java. In Java, hash code value is an integer value, unique identity in the form of a random integer value. Reference value is not address location. It's a hexadecimal form of a hash code value only. Reference variable is storing only reference value of the object, not storing address location of the object. I get my point or not? Now we got the difference between pointer variable and reference variable. Now tell me, in C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory. A variable is referring a block of memory by storing its address location. That's why it is called as what they know, pointer variable. Am I right or not? That's why this variable is called as what they know, pointer variable. In the case of C and C++, a variable is referring a block of memory by storing its address location. By storing what their address location. That's why that variable is called as what they know, pointer variable. Got my point or not? But in the case of Java, a variable is referring a block of memory not by storing address location, by storing reference value of that particular object. A variable is referring a block of memory by storing reference value of a particular object, where reference value is a hexadecimal form of hash code, where hash code is not at all any address location. Hash code is a unique identity in the form of a random integer value provided by heap manager. So reference value is not representing any address location. So by storing reference value of the object, reference variable is able to refer a block of memory. Now tell me, there is a difference between pointer variable and reference variable or not? Definitely we have some differentiation between pointer variable and reference variable or not? Both are not same. Both are not at all same. Both are different. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? So now here we are getting that very first difference here. Try to understand this difference here. Right. Now point number one. What I am telling to you that point number one here now. First one is pointer variables are existed in C and C++. But what about the Java guys? Now tell me, pointer where that means pointer variables are existed in C and C++, but whereas reference variables are existed in Java. This is the point number one here I provided to you. Try to understand this question clearly. Right, sir. What are the differences between pointer variables and reference variables? First one here, what I said to you, pointer variables exist in C and C++. Next one is the reference variables exist in Java. That's point number one here I'm telling to you. Observe carefully. Now point number two, all of you observe carefully. Pointer variables are able to refer a block of memory by storing address locations. By storing what they know, address locations. But what about these reference variables? Are now tell me, reference variables are able to refer a block of memory inside the bracket. I'm telling you, this is what they know, an object. A block of memory inside an object by storing its reference value. By storing it what they know, reference value. By storing object's reference value. Understand clearly? Right, sir. Now it refers to a block of memory. That is what there. Block of memory. Refer to a block of memory, that is object, by storing object reference value. Right, sir. This is one point I'm telling there, but note point of I'm telling to you, this note is giving much clarity for us. Whatever the internal story we understood there, the same thing is covered here. Now here, object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code. Object reference value is what they know, hexadecimal form of hash code, where hash code is an unique identity, provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. Right, sir? Where hash code is a unique identity for each and every object. Not only for single object, for each and every object, provided by heap manager in the form of what there, and in the form of an integer value. In the form of what they know, an integer value here we can understand. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Right, so now this is exactly the point here what I'm telling to you, like node value. Object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where hash code is an unique identity for each and every object provided by heap manager in the form of what there, an integer value. This is one point I'm telling to you. Second difference here we understood, guys. All of you observe carefully. Next one is, after that second difference now, third difference here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. What is the third difference here? Pointer variables are very much suitable in static. Pointer variables are very much suitable in static programming languages, and platform dependent programming languages. Platform dependent programming languages. Already we understood this point there clearly. Pointer variables are very much suitable in static programming languages and platform dependent programming languages. But what is the point here I'm telling to you? Another point here, no. Here we can understand reference variables are very much suitable in dynamic programming languages, and what next one here, no? Platform independent programming languages. Platform independent programming languages. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Right, so now this is exactly the meaning of like what their pointer variables and as well as like what their reference variables differences here now. Right, so now tell me what exactly the differences are available between pointer variables and reference variables here. Now tell me what is the first difference here we understood there. Pointer variables exist in C and C++, whereas reference variables exist in what there? Java. Pointer variables are able to refer to a block of memory by storing address location. Reference variables are able to refer to a block of memory, that is object, by storing object reference value. Here I given a note point here. What is that note point I am giving there? No, object reference value is the hexadecimal form of hash code, where hash code is an unique identity for each and every object provided by heap manager in the form of an integer value. Pointer variables are very much suitable in static programming languages and platform independent programming languages. Already we understood this point here. But reference variables are very much suitable in dynamic programming languages and platform independent programming languages. Now for our reference point of view, I'm going to give the diagram also there. Whatever the diagram here I prepared here, I want to give this total diagram. Now try to recognize this. All right, sir. Now here I want to give this diagram. Try to understand it. Guys, I'm asking one more thing. All of you are accessing this material. All of you are at least access that material and see the content of that material. Otherwise, if you are not visiting this material, if you are not reading the content of this material, it's a waste of the time. I'm typing the content. I'm preparing this diagram inside the class now. Simply I can explain and I can move forward to the next topics. So a lot of time I'm putting for the sake of your document, clear-cut document. Of course, your material is available, but this is classroom notes. If you open that classroom notes, if you see that content there, point by point, we have to get in our mind. That's why max information I'm trying to type inside the class along with my explanation part. I'm giving effective explanation as well as effective document for you. So if you're not using this document, it's a waste of the time. For the sake of you only, I'm giving this particular document. Don't entertain even others in outside now. This is exclusively for you. The service is exclusively for you. You have to utilize first. Even if you give the document to somebody else, I don't have any problem there. But the point is what there? First, we have to understand clearly the content. This is one point here. Then all of you are getting videos access. Guys, all of you are getting videos access now? No, right? I think few members, 10 to 15 members only. Today might be they are getting, no? I think you are not checked this mail. Maybe 1 hour back might be we giving some videos access for few members there. Don't worry. By Monday, for all the members, you are able to get videos access. Answer my point here. By Monday, if any of you are not getting videos access, no, whatever the receipt you are having there, try to send that receipt to Durga Soft. Show that. Then our in outside might be Harsha, his name there, he's admin there, is available. Now try to show your receipt there, immediately able to provide that videos access for you. Videos access is a default service for everybody in my class. Videos access is a default service for everybody in my class. Why? Because 90% you are going to understand in my class now. In any case, if you are not understanding any one point there, if you watch that video, if you read the document, you are able to get clear about these concepts here. 24/7, at any number of times, we are able to access that videos. We are able to watch that videos at any point of time. We are able to get clarity. But my request to all of you is what there, before come for the next class every day, before come for the next class, try to watch that video 1 or 2 times. Try to read the content 1 or 2 times. Try to remember the concept. With that knowledge only come for the class. Because of that reason only, I'm going to provide these kind of services to you clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. That's why I'm giving this total part here. That's okay, fine. Right, sir. By this another difference here I'm telling that. Then one more point I'm telling to you. At initially, at a very startup mode, in this pattern only, I'm going to start the content. Don't be in a hurry-burry manner to understand the content here. Some explanation I'm giving, some points are very, very important. Interview questions I'm covering, the theoretical points I'm covering there, but all the points are important here. But a bit slow manner only, we are going to understand the content at initial mode. Yes, sir, got my point or not? But once you are in the right track, once you are in my frequency, automatically we are going to speed up the content day by day, day by day. Automatically we are able to speed up the content. But still, almost all 75 to 80% of people are in my track now. But still 20 to 25% of the people are not in my track. Just I'm trying to get them into my track here. So it may take 1 or 2 days of time there. By Monday maximum, everybody is in my track now. Everybody will understand my orientation definitely. So because of that reason, we are going to speed up the content once this introduction class are completed. Right, but these concepts are also important, especially in the point of freshers. These topics are very, very important. And exclusively, I'm telling to you, these classes, my classes, not only for freshers. Answer my point here. I'm telling to you, at the end of the day, with my knowledge, with these concepts, we are able to keep 3 to 4 years of experience in our resume. I'm teaching these concepts here, not like only for freshers, no. It's like for what they know, those who want to keep 3 to 4 years of experience, how much knowledge they require. Up to that level, I'm planning this entire course. But in the startup mode, few concepts, introductory topics we are going to understand. But days goes on, automatically we are going to see the depth of the content. This is permanent solution for all of you guys. This is permanent solution. Understand my point clearly, right? That's all, guys. Now, all right, sir. Hash code is address only, right? No. Hash code is not at all address here. Where I will give some other information, object orientation, how hash code values are going to be generated here. Where some hashing algorithms are available internally. Through that only hash code value is going to be generated here now. But as of now, we can understand it's an integer value at present, no? But whenever we are going to understand object creation process in object orientation. In Whoops, again, I will talk about this topic here, almost all. 1 hour topic is it is no. Just to outline information are given there, but internal process is available for this object creation. Nearly 1 hour more, I'm going to discuss about it, where I will discuss about it, how hash codes are generated, how reference values are going to be generated. This point, just outline information I'm giving now. In the future, I will give more information to you. Don't worry for it. Right, guys, that's okay, fine. Now, this is about like what there. This is, which difference here we understood up to how many differences we completed, guys? Overall, how many differences we completed up to 4 or 5 no? 4 or 5? 5 differences. No? Can you tell me what are the 5 differences here? What is the first one here? No response. C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is dynamic programming language. And second one, preprocessor is required in C and C++, but Java preprocessor is not required in Java. Third one is C and C++ are platform dependent, but Java is what there? Platform independent programming language. Then what next one? Pointers are existed in C and C++, but pointers are not existed in Java. How can you say 5 points? No, only 4 points we covered. Am I right or not? All right, sir. Then the fifth point will be like what there? All right, sir. Fifth point is like what there? Understand this? No, just try it alone. I'm telling you. Try to understand it. No, multiple inheritance is not possible. Is not possible in Java. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Right, sir. Now, in the previous diagram, I given 10 bytes of memory is an example, guys, for the memory size. But in everywhere, 10 bytes of memory is not the default memory, but depends on some calculations internally, size will be calculated. So just example point of view, I'm telling there, say for example, 10 bytes of memory for this particular object. But 10 bytes of memory is not the default memory size for every object. Don't think in this way. Right, sir. Then what's the next point here? No, the point is like what there, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Multiple inheritance is possible in C++. Multiple inheritance is possible in the case of Python, but multiple inheritance is not possible in the case of Java. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Right, sir. Can I discuss this topic on tomorrow? Can I discuss this topic on tomorrow? Maybe time may not be sufficient even if I start that introduction part here. Tomorrow we are going to see this total content here. Tomorrow topic is also very, very important. Why multiple inheritance? What is multiple inheritance? And why multiple inheritance is not possible in the case of Java? That reasons we are going to understand here. Don't miss the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow also we have a session. You may misunderstand about it. Tomorrow is a Saturday and weekend this class are not going to be happen. Don't think in this way. Tomorrow there is a class. 100% there is a class. Now tell me, if you don't want to come for the class, I will not put the class. Option is yours. If you want to come for the class, then I will take it. But only coming only 5 or 6 members, remaining members are not coming in the sense, I will not go for it. What you are doing there, even is it weekend, no? Why don't we take the class now? Come to the class. Tomorrow there is a class, come to the class. I think you are completely against for it, right? Yes, sir. All of you are okay for this? Otherwise, sir, weekend, first weekend, just leave it, sir. Not required now. Option is yours. I don't have any problem here. Both the options, it's okay for me. But come for the class there. Even if you're missing class now, 1 hour video we can check it, no? Then come for the next class. Anyway, Sunday no class. Day after tomorrow no class, but tomorrow come for the class there. Tomorrow I'm going to take the session to you, right? Thank you guys. Tomorrow there is a class. Come for the class. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Yeah, guys, those who are attending in online, then yeah. YouTube maybe 1 or 2 classes might be available up to this. Available? No, no, no. Maybe Durga sir class are available, but my classes maybe 1 or 2 days. Next 1 or 2 days of time, class are going to be stopped in YouTube there. No, not available. This notes I'm giving the right to you. More than sufficient. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, no problem again. I will take again these classes for backup classes. That is one option. Second option, anyway, I'm going to provide that video support you, then we can watch it. 1 minute. One URL given there. Try to take this URL. No. Address of A. I నా తీసుకున్నాను ఆ వేరియబుల్ నేను ఫర్గాట్ కరెక్ట్ అంటే నా ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే ఐఎన్ అదే అదే వేరియబుల్ కరెక్ట్ సేమ్ వేరియబుల్ మేబీ అది కరెక్ట్ చేస్తాను పర్లేదు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి https://tinyurl.com is a common, right? Core Java 6 p.m. notes. That's it. Take it. If you open it, then you are able to see that same notes. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute. Let me close it, then we'll talk about it. Guys, and recorded videos which you are there. Our admin people will share that recorded videos, guys. Don't worry for it. Yeah, someone saying, and still not checked it. At least give up to Monday, then I will check it. Okay, right. Object, the copy of the class. We could not say like that with it. Object is not the copy of the class. Object is an instance of the class. Don't say it's a copy of the class. Copy is different and instance is different. Okay, with it. Okay, fine. Yeah, guys. Guys. Thanks a lot. And shall we meet on tomorrow? We'll see the class on tomorrow. Tomorrow with the same link you can attend there. On Monday onwards, the link is going to be changed, I think so. But tomorrow is the same link. Try to attend the class on tomorrow with the same link. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Meet on tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot.